All right. Well, Katie, thanks for coming back again. And we're doing another quick 5-minute talk on weight loss. Tonight, we're going to talk a little bit about the importance of weight loss. My name is Dr. Kurt Fisnick. I'm a chiropractor up in the States, and a lot of people just call me Doc Fizz. And I got my partner, business partner, and friend, Katie Larking, on the phone. She's a nutrition specialist as well as being a health coach. And right now, we're working with a lot of people trying to help them to lose some weight and get healthier. So, Katie, we were going to talk a little bit tonight about what's the importance of losing weight. It's not just so you look good as you're sitting there in your chair, right?
Absolutely. And I think that's the biggest challenge most people have. They're doing it for vanity reasons only, and that is not sustainable, because some days you just don't care how you look. But ultimately, if you're doing it for health, good health, then it's, I think, a much stronger motivation to lose weight when you want to optimize your health. Because if you want to feel happy and feel good every day, when you're in that healthy weight range, you really do feel a lot happier.
You bet. Well, yeah, and that's the truth. There's the emotional factor, like you're talking about. You look better, you look in the mirror, you feel healthy about yourself. Image is really, really good. But there's some other factors too that we really got to cover.
Yeah.
The thing that I try and tell people is that if you're overweight, there's a lot of pressure on the outside of your blood vessels, and what that does, it collapses the little tiny blood vessels, and it pushes pressure on your heart. Mm-hmm. And obviously, Katie, that's not good, is it?
No, and this is one of the main reasons people get high blood pressure. The first thing to do, if you are somebody who's suffering from high blood pressure, is to address your weight, is to get into that healthy weight range, because that's the first thing that will really assist in getting the blood pressure to a healthy range. Is that correct, Dr. Kurt?
That's right, because your blood pressure is controlled by a biofeedback system, and when that outside pressure pushes in, it causes that your body to have a biofeedback system. There's a couple other things involved. We won't get into all that. We're not going to do some science tonight or anything like that. But the other thing it does, it can trigger your body to start making bad cholesterol. Mm-hmm. And that's not good either, because then, of course, you end up with a condition known as atherosclerosis. And atherosclerosis is actually where your arteries start to get plugged.
Yeah. So, and that's, heading towards heart disease and all sorts of heart problems.
You bet. Well, now there's a lot of studies that are coming out. And of course, we all know this, that when you get weight, you get that extra weight, it pushes down on your throat, and it causes sleep apnea.
Yep. Snoring as well.
Well, sleep apnea, Katie, is a little bit worse than just thinking about snoring. Yeah. Sleep apnea, you actually cut down on the oxygen flow.
Yeah.
And that can cause problems with the brain. And when your thinker isn't thinking, things aren't going to work right.
Yeah. So when you're sleeping and that oxygen supply is getting cut off to the brain, then you're basically affecting your sleep. So you're not getting as much sleep. And then you wake up more tired, and your also brain's getting starved of a little bit of oxygen. So it's having a really negative feedback loop going on as well, isn't it?
That's right. It can trigger things like strokes, right? And we don't want strokes or transient ischemic events to happen. So we've covered, the problems with the brain. We've covered the problems with the, kind of the emotional side of it. We've covered the cardiovascular system. But what about the musculoskeletal system, Katie?
Oh yeah, that's a big one. So, sore knees, sore joints, sore back is a big one. I was speaking to my mother not long ago, and she's gained a lot of weight.
Oh no.
She was complaining about, her knees. And I said to her, the first thing to do, your knees are hurting is, if we lose a little bit of weight, then you're going to take that pressure off the knees. And as a chiropractor, you could talk about that all day long, I'm sure.
Oh, just an extra 10 pounds of weight can cause so much pressure on the knees. It causes pressure on the low back, all of those things. And you look at a lot of people, they start out, first they start having knee pain, they have back pain, they have neck pain, things like that. And then they don't go out and get any exercise, right? Because, my knees hurt, I'm not going to go for my walk today. And then tomorrow, I'm not going to go out for my walk today because my back hurts. And pretty soon they're skipping all of that.
Yeah.
And what if it could be as easy as just losing 10 pounds, Katie?
Yeah, incredible. And that's the other thing too, like you don't have to exercise to lose weight. Exercise is ideal for health, but you can still lose weight, still drop body fat without exercising. It's about
That's right.
not eating as too much, and about reducing the amount you eat, and also, looking at making healthier options with your food. Because actually, I was speaking to a neighbor about this, and he was complaining that had these health problems. He needed to lose weight, but he couldn't because he couldn't exercise. And I said, well, actually, you don't need to exercise to lose weight. It's ideal, but that's not a requirement of weight loss.
That's right. Yeah, a good friend of mine, he just got started doing some weight loss the first of the year, and he did some intermittent fasting. So he didn't do any extra exercise. He didn't add exercise into the program at all. He didn't starve himself, anything like that. And in the first 2 weeks of the month, he lost 17 pounds.
Yeah.
Right. And so sometimes it's just cutting back and doing it in a way that keeps it healthy, do it in a way that you really don't feel like you're not changing that much. And so little things like that, Katie, little things. And that's why you and I are coaching people on how to lose weight, because there's various little factors. And then on top of it, Katie, blood sugar problems, right?
Yeah.
We get those blood sugar problems under control. We get it so that people are healthier that way, because they've shown study after study after study that when your blood sugar's high, you're higher risk for having cancer.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And so we want to cut back on that blood sugar so we don't have a problem with that. So there's some important reasons right there. I mean, just take your pick. One of them, two of them, all of them, and run with it, right? If you have heart disease that runs in your family, look at your weight. If you're 10 pounds overweight, let's help you lose that weight. If you're 20 pounds, 30 pounds, I was talking to a guy 2 weeks ago, and he's 100 pounds overweight.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. And that's the thing with weight is, and this is what I was sharing with the team on the last call, don't wait until you've gained, 5, 10, 20 kilos. As soon as your weight starts to creep up a little bit, then make those adjustments to get yourself back into alignment. It's going to be a lot easier to lose a little bit of weight than it is to wait till you're quite overweight. And then the challenge becomes a lot greater. It's a lot bigger. So that's an important tip. And just also the other thing while we're talking about how it impacts the body is inflammation. Having excess weight causes low-grade inflammation in the body.
Yeah, and a chronic low-grade inflammation, you and I have talked about it on full-length, scientific type videos on why it's important to get that low-grade inflammation out of there. Yeah. And so if anybody wants the link to that video, just get a hold of Katie or I, and we'll help you listen to that.
Okay. Well, hopefully that's motivated you to take some action. Do it for your health, do it for yourself, because you're worth it. Nobody's going to look after you as well as you can look after yourself. So, ultimately it's up to you. And hopefully this inspires you, motivates you. And if you want to join in with our weight loss calls, I'm running them on Monday night. Just reach out to me. We're doing a motivation check-in for the next 4 months. So, and Dr. Kurt and I are going to be sharing these little podcast calls with you every week. So tune in when it suits you. And we've found that, we believe this is going to be a better format, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, we hope that you can take 5 minutes of your time here and there, rather than having to take a full half hour or 45 minutes. So,
yeah,
thanks for being here, Katie. Thanks for putting together the podcast, and we'll get this out to everyone.
Thanks, everyone. Have a great day. Bye.
Bye-bye.